big role in my life. I spend most of my time with her, staying at her house, and she's been a really big supporter, and I think she's also sort of shaped my perception of women because she's a very strong, very independent woman, and so she's made me want to be that kind of person.
She's always been supportive of me, someone I can talk to, has great advice and ideas, a confidant.
My mom has always been the breadwinner in my family. She's the one that has always had the job. She's always been the one that has, kept our family going forward. And recently she just moved up north, and now we're still separated, but she keeps close contact with me all the time.
Besides giving me life, that was a good start. She is a really nice lady. She supports me in everything I do. And yeah, she's all around a pretty swell gal.
She has been certainly a provider. When I was young, she worked, and so she provided me with, the clothes on my back, along with my dad, of course. I come from a pretty blue-collar family.
Well, I expect my mom to support me and give me guidance, and I also expect her to be a good role model and a good example of how to be a woman in today's society.
I have a lot of expectations for her, which is probably unfair because she's just a person, but I expect her to be available to me whenever I need it, if I call. I expect her to have the right advice. I expect her to love me unconditionally, and as an extension of that, love my family and my son unconditionally.
I just hope, as long as she's happy, I know the rest of the family is going to be happy, and I just hope that she's always going to be my mom, and I don't think, I can't really put any expectations on that because it's just her being her, and that's great.
I mean, she feeds me at night, so I kind of expect that. Not really in the morning, that doesn't happen. Expectations to snuggle me when I'm sick. I sleep in her bed a lot, so I kind of expect her to let me do that all the time.
I am in the role of taking care of her. So in a way, she is my child and my baby, and I really, really would love to have her come out here and be with me at this point in my life. I know that would probably necessitate her living in a nursing home, but at least I would get to see her and hopefully spend the last years of her life with her, and that would be really meaningful for me. And I don't want to cry, so I should probably turn that off.
Let's see. I take care of Sam. I make sure that everything's taken care of for him, that he's got food and that he's got a good place to sleep and that he has a routine that keeps him healthy and safe. I also arrange stuff so that he's got a social life, so that he's going to school and sees friends and is learning things, and I try and cook regularly. I grocery shop. I do the baby stuff like bath time and diapers.
Every aspect of mothering is amazing, and then there's the difficult stuff, like when your child is sick, really sick, and what you have to do to care for them, keep your wits about you, make sure that you've got the right attitude so that they can, keep going with their lives and so that you can keep going with yours. But teenage stuff is pretty hard, where everything is no and it's all about naysaying, and you have to set firm guidelines, or at least I felt I had to, because, living in a metropolitan area, I think, has got its challenges for the trouble that kids can get into.
In 20 years, I see myself hopefully doing something that I really love, saving the children, possibly living in Africa. I don't know if I want to necessarily be a mom in 20 years, but I'd like to just be really happy, and that's what I see myself doing.
I'll be 38. Oh God. Okay. That's old. Hopefully I'm married. I probably have kids. I know I'll probably be trying to be a working mom. I'm gonna try and get my own gallery, if anything.
I'm gonna be a doctor, and I'm going to live in Washington, and I'm going to live in Seattle, and I'm going to be really swanky, and I'm going to dress well, and I'm going to be married with Gray, and I don't know, maybe I'll get married, maybe I'll pop out some babies. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
What really surprised me about being a mother was how it connected me to my mother. And not just my mother, but my grandmother, my Grandma Hutchins and my Grandma Conard. And I think a lot about those women. And I think about what it means to be a woman in the context of my family a lot. And it's I gotta say, it's more important to me than my job ever was. And I think it's the most important job in the world.